All right, let's talk about a massive shift that's happening right now in the world of AI assistants. We're going to move way beyond those simple chat windows we all know and see, and really dig into how true voice integration is creating a huge competitive edge. And, it all really boils down to one simple question.
So let me ask you, is your chatbot stuck in the text trap? I mean, you've seen them, right? You've probably even built them. They live in those little widgets on websites or inside messaging apps. But what if that's actually a dead end? What if that's a limitation, not the goal?
Okay, so this really lays out the two completely different worlds we're talking about. On one side, you've got your standard text-only bots. They're asynchronous, right? You send a message, you wait for a reply, and they are totally at the mercy of third-party APIs. But on the other side, well, that's where things get interesting. You have a VoIP-integrated agent. It's living on the actual phone network, having real-time conversations because it's built with native integration from the ground up. This is what takes us beyond that little chat window. And I want to be crystal clear here. We are not just talking about slapping a text-to-speech feature on top of an old chatbot. No, no. We are talking about a totally different beast, the voice-enabled agent. So what exactly is a VoIP-integrated agent? Well, it's an AI that can natively, and that word is key, answer and place real phone calls. This is not a trick. It's not a workaround. It uses what's called SIP-level telephony, which is basically the universal language for modern phone systems. And that means it can plug directly into a company's existing call center gear or their PBX system, the private phone network that tons of businesses already use. And this unlocks some absolutely incredible capabilities. I mean, of course, it can answer and place calls. That's the baseline. But it goes so much deeper. It can actually analyze the human voice. It can capture the tone, the emotion, even those tiny little pauses in a conversation that means so much. And it talks directly to enterprise-grade hardware. This isn't a chatbot playing dress-up. It's a genuine communications agent. So, okay, the tech is cool. But why does any of this actually matter for a business? Well, we can break down that advantage into three key areas, and I like to call them the 3 pillars of power. So pillar number 1 is all about graduating. It's about moving from that fun, consumer-grade convenience to a true business-grade capability. This is about being taken seriously by very serious industries. And why is that? It's because having a real phone presence makes your AI solution a viable option for those big enterprise-class clients. Just think about it for a second. Major customer service centers, healthcare providers dealing with super sensitive patient info, car dealerships, financial services, all of these industries run on trust. And for high-stakes communication, a phone call is still the gold standard. Let's move on to the second pillar, which, this is all about operations and the bottom line. It's about total control and cost efficiency. See, when you depend on someone else's API, you're basically renting. But when you integrate natively, you own. By owning the entire stack, you get control in 3 absolutely crucial areas. First, latency and uptime, because the whole system runs on your own servers. Second, and this is a huge one, data privacy and security. That's totally non-negotiable for regulated industries. And finally, you get to control scalability. There are no per-message fees, no API limits from vendors like Twilio or WhatsApp, so you can scale up your operations without watching your costs just spiral out of control. And that brings us to our third and final pillar. Seamless enterprise integration. This is where the AI stops being just another tool and actually becomes a core part of the human workflow. Just imagine this workflow for a minute. The AI answers a call, verifies who the customer is, but while it's talking, it's also updating the company's CRM system in real time. Then, if the call needs a human touch, the AI seamlessly transfers it over to a human agent, who gets the entire context of the conversation so far. That level of teamwork, that hybrid human-AI orchestration, it's something most text-only bots can only dream of. Okay, so we get the tech, we see the benefits. Now, how do you talk about this? How do you craft a value proposition that just immediately makes you stand out from the crowd? This is it. This is your pitch. Most companies sell AI chatbots that text. We built an AI agent that talks on a real phone line in real time using your existing VoIP system. I mean, that one statement completely reframes the entire conversation. You're not just another chatbot vendor anymore. You're in a whole different league. And let me tell you, a pitch like that
absolutely dominates in industries where the phone call is still king. We're talking automotive sales, patient intake for healthcare, those complex financial chats about debt relief, or even high-touch hospitality bookings. In these fields, the human voice is what builds trust, and it's what closes deals.
So, you're convinced. You can see the power in all this. So what's the next move? Let's talk about making that strategic leap and turning this whole concept into a go-to-market reality. Here's a really clear 3-step plan. First, create a killer demo. Don't just tell people, show them. Record a live call. Second, benchmark your competition. Show everyone how your rivals are just renting their tech instead of owning the telephony stack. And third, package for scale. Think about franchises or businesses with tons of locations that need a smart, consistent AI receptionist at every single branch. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. It all comes down to a pretty simple choice, right? Your competitors are still busy typing. The real question is, are you ready to talk?